Hello, hello. If you are new here, please subscribe, click the notification bell, share everywhere, thumb up the video or thumb it down. Leave a comment in the comment section. If you're returning, welcome home. According to the Jasmine brand, take it with a grain of salt. This might not be true. It may be fake news. But according to the Jasmine brand, Cassie reportedly is hurt and disgusted by baby oil jokes amid Diddy's sex trafficking indictment. It may come out later on that it was fake or her statements were taken out of context, or maybe she never even made any statements. But Cassie is reportedly putting a hold on news regarding her ex Diddy ongoing abuse case. Sources claim the Me and You songstress has been overwhelmed by jokes about the 1,000 bottles of baby oil allegedly found during raids on Diddy's home, as well as recent claims that accuse Diddy of allegedly touching teddy bears. So people have taken this that she is somewhat upset that people are making jokes as if they're making light of the situation. Cassie, you sued Diddy in civil court. You got your money. We saw the paperwork. We heard your side of the story and what happened to you. And we also saw the video of you being abused by Diddy. You are a victim. You got your money. You're good. But the fact that she's putting a hold on news because people are roasting Diddy, and rightly so, it kind of sounds like that you being hurt and disgusted is you being hurt that the fact that those jokes are being made and that you're disgusted that people are making them. Here's what I think as far as reading in between the lines of that. I think that she feels guilty. She blames herself for being victimized, and she blames herself for not leaving sooner, and blames herself for the only way that she was able to escape is by getting with Alex Fine, who used to be her personal trainer that was paid by Diddy. She may feel like despite their negative relationship, she still considers him to be someone who should be tried in court, but not necessarily ridiculed and bullied, even though he bullied her. Sources have shared with Daily Mail that Cassie is hurt that people are making jokes and memes out of the baby oil because of what it could have been used for. It isn't funny to her or anyone who experienced similar. And it's not supposed to be funny. It's supposed to be satire. It's supposed to be roasting and cooking Diddy and people like him, because it should not happen to anyone. No one should experience that. And that is the public, including myself. That's our way of saying that we're against what he did to you and others. It needs to stop, and we're happy that he's getting his day in court. Sources also say that Cassie's reaction to a Texas lawyer recently stating that he's representing over 100 victims in an individual filing of a class action abuse lawsuit against Diddy, with one of the victims being 9 years old at the time of abuse. She says that she has heard mumblings about the class action suit, but broke down in tears when she was informed of the allegation about the teddy bear. The source went on to say that Cassie hasn't spoken about Diddy's recent arrest because the case is triggering for her, and added that she and her husband, Alex Fine, are doing everything they can to protect their young children as the case moves forward. It may be triggering because you're still feeling damaged by what happened to you. Cassie really should publicly condemn Diddy. We saw the court filings. We know she got the settlement, but she really should publicly condemn Diddy, because what this Jasmine brand thing is saying, it could be interpreted different ways. It could also be perceived that she somewhat still cares. Hopefully she's gone through therapy and she's healed, and she understands that we're using jokes to put down Diddy. But the fact that she's saying that she's hurt and disgusted by the jokes, to me, it says that she still kind of has some feelings there, and that she still is affected by what happened in the past. And she's got to leave the past in the past. Her war is basically over with. Unless she's going to say something condemning Diddy, create content, and speak publicly about healing as far as victimhood and how to get past it and stuff like that. Anything else that she could say, like what's being reported by the Jasmine brand, could be perceived that she's still in Mammy mode. There's allegations and rumors that while Diddy was with Kim Porter, who be considered a darker skinned black woman, that Diddy was using Cassie and her light skinnedness to put down Kim Porter. And Cassie reveled in being the new it girl when she signed with Diddy 2006 and commercially debuted the single Me and You. So Cassie left producer Ryan Leslie, where the Me and You song was first made with him, when she signed to his record label, Next Selection Lifestyle Group. And he put the Me and You on like MySpace and made some money off of it. She was then discovered by Diddy, and she left Ryan Leslie, signed with Diddy in a joint venture with his label Bad Boy Records, and commercially released Me and You. So Ryan Leslie has done interviews where he says that he was hurt by the whole situation. He and Cassie weren't in a relationship. It was just business, but he was hurt that she basically leveled up from him to Diddy. And then while she was with Diddy, allegedly, sources have said that when Diddy was abusing Kim Porter, he was using Cassie and her light-skinnedness to make jokes and put down Kim Porter. And Cassie joined in on it, on the abuse to Kim Porter. So I'm not saying this to demonize Cassie, but Cassie has to understand that you were a victim, but there have been reports that for a period of time while you were going through your hazing, you also helped victimize others. At first, you were on the antagonistic end, putting down Kim Porter. Then when you received the taste of the medicine and the hazing became too great and it turned into an abusive situation, an abusive relationship, eventually you got out and you escaped with Alex Fine. You moved on and then you sued. So now that you're kind of seeing Diddy get the same jokes that Kim Porter got and that you got when you were being abused, now you're at odds about it. Whatever comes out of his trial, whatever comes out as far as what you did and participated in, you got to take it on the chin. If you're not going to completely move on and condemn Diddy and say anything positive about victims and keep it at that, it kind of makes it appear that you're still in Mammy mode. I'm willing to believe that it may come out in the future that the lawsuit that she filed, it may not necessarily have been her complete idea. Alex Fine may have pushed her into it, especially since, unfortunately, Cassie had got used to a certain lifestyle. Her mom and family members got used to a certain lifestyle of Diddy paying for everything. So if Cassie's used to not just the abuse and saying that she can take it, it's no big deal, it's a part of the hazing, a part of being his girlfriend. If you all got used to a certain lifestyle economically and financially, taking a downgrading to Alex, even though you're both happy with two amazing children, it could be said that the reason that the money was sought after all this time, being with Alex since 2019, being away from Diddy for some years, is because you wanted that lifestyle, and Alex may have pushed you into suing Diddy so you and your family could get a piece of that lifestyle back. And this is just all alleged. This is from sources, and we're not victim shaming. It just sounds like Cassie may still be in Mammy mode, like she was when she was Diddy's girlfriend.
I'm climbing up Mammy Mountain where I can save him. I'm climbing up Mammy Mountain so he can cheat on me. I don't mind if he calls me trash. He can even beat me. I'm climbing Mammy Mountain, Mammy Mountain. I'm a big Mammy. He can cheat on me. He can beat me. I'm sad.
So hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully I'm reading too much into it. During the trial that Diddy is going to be on the stand, Cassie's name is going to be brought up. The lawsuit will be brought up, and he may reveal things that may make Cassie look like not simply a victim, but a co-conspirator in some shape and form. And here's what I'm alluding to. So according to Yahoo News, Diddy will rat on his famous friends. He'll go broke, but it's all about saving himself. As Diddy is sitting in a jail in Brooklyn, he's not the only person who should be jailed. Plenty of people helped orchestrate his infamous white parties, intimidated male and female victims, helped Combs drug them and violate the victims while they were incapacitated. Names have been thrown around, including Cassie, Young Miami, and other names. And Diddy is going to be releasing these names if he goes to trial, especially if it will save himself.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
People like Cassie and other people, they need to go ahead and pick a side. Are you going to speak against Diddy? And if you're on a tape or there's evidence that you were a co-conspirator, take it on the chin. Or are you going to stay silent in hopes that if he doesn't do that much time or he's able to beat the charges, that you're still in his good graces? Or are you going to stay silent and hope that you just don't get dragged in the mud? Even though you may stay silent, you may not be on a tape. If he drops your name during this trial, people are going to be thinking that you're a co-conspirator, even though you may not officially be labeled as one. People got to pick a side. Either you're going to speak against Diddy, speak for him, or be silent. But whether you're on a tape or not, people are going to pick a side for you if you don't want to choose one. And Combs knows the feds want the dirt on everybody, especially the big names. Derek Parker, also known as the hip hop cop who investigated the rap and hip hop scene for the NYPD in the 90s and early 2000s, said to The Scoop, "I don't see Diddy getting out. I think with so much of the outcry of the victims in this case, he may either make a deal where he becomes king for a day, where he tells everything he knows about someone else that might be bigger than what he's doing for the deal." Asked if that means Combs will rat on his famous friends and associates, Parker said, "I think anybody will rat if they're getting put into a certain position where you're looking at R. Kelly time. R. Kelly's doing 20 to 30 years on 2 separate cases in jail. Diddy might be getting 100 years. And the problem he also has is the outcry of all these witnesses. It's hard for a jury to listen to all these people come forward."
Slayer.
Jay-Z's name's been thrown around. Beyonce's name's been thrown around. A lot of black celebrities' names have been thrown around. And Diddy's also been connected with white celebrities. Some people may be on tapes and don't know. Maybe they do know. Maybe they're waiting for their name to be brought up before they say something. Or maybe they're going to speak against Diddy in the future. Some people are already going on offense early. One person going on offense, we all like him, I like him, is Denzel. So Denzel Washington, either his publicist, himself, or someone has said that in early 2000s, Denzel and Diddy got into an argument during an all-night gathering. Denzel screamed, "You don't respect anyone." The incident ended in Washington storming out. Denzel and his wife, Pauletta, had been partying until dawn with Diddy, and they had seen something and stormed out. US Weekly has reached out to Denzel and Diddy's rep for a comment. No comment. That story has been quote unquote leaked out there to distance Denzel away from Diddy. I think someone like Denzel and the veteran entertainers, they'll have no problem distancing themselves from Diddy and even maybe making up a story like this or reporting a story like this because they don't have anything to lose. They're established. The people who are going to be silent are those who are not established, those who still need insiders to have their back. They may have done something or they know something or they don't want to make any trouble because even though Diddy is being condemned publicly by different blogs and social media and whatnot, he still is influential. So the way I look at it is kind of like a Greek sorority or fraternity. You want to get in, you want to get a seat at the cool kids table. So you go through and agree to a hazing ritual. You go through it, you're in the club. Then it's your turn to further prove your allegiance by hazing others. And you haze others, you bring them in, and now you're kind of sitting back and you're enjoying being a part of the cool kids table, being a part of the club, getting the benefits. And then all of a sudden, years later, people start talking about filing lawsuits, publicly stating what you did to them, what you witnessed and did nothing. And then all of a sudden now people are denouncing letters. Yeah, every time I see those videos of people who are, I guess, former Greek, whether sorority or fraternity, saying that they're denouncing their letters and they're praising God and they don't want to be in the devil's world anymore, the first thing that comes to my mind is someone must be talking about suing or information is probably going to be coming out and now you're wanting to distance yourself from something you paid money to be a part of, something that you went through stuff to be a part of, and that you did things in the name of making someone real. Hollywood is no different. People went through stuff, because Mary J. Blige talked about it. She said she went through her hazing ritual at a Diddy party, and I'm pretty sure she recruited others and hazed them. That's really what this is. People in Hollywood, sources have told me, they view it as a hazing ritual for the Diddy parties, for the white parties, the puppy parties. It's like hazing. If you want to be a part of the inner crowd, the cool kids table, and not just simply go from audition to audition, crossing your fingers and hoping that you blow up, or hoping that someone puts you on, assigns you. If you want a spot on the team and actually make it and be successful, you got to go through some type of hazing ritual, which includes the casting couch. Justin Bieber knows all about it. If this In Touch article is true, Justin Bieber has hinted at some of the trauma he suffered as a young star. One viral video of Justin singing about a Diddy party turned out to be AI generated. But in his 2020 track, Lonely, he sings, "Everybody saw me sick and it felt like no one gave a crap." And in a heartbreaking 2020 video that is recirculating, Justin tearfully talks about his past. Quote, "It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn." He said he wants to protect Billie Eilish, who also started out at 13. Quote, "If she ever needs me, I'm going to be here for her. I don't want her to go through anybody. I don't want her to go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody." He's told multiple young stars to call him, quote, if they find themselves in a tough situation. Well, here's the problem. He's throwing the lifeline out there, and it's great, but because he's not giving specificity as to what he went through, you don't really know if he is truly trying to help people or if he is the type of gatekeeper that presents himself as a lifeline only to catch those who are quote unquote running away, to turn them into other gatekeepers to make sure that they don't escape. So in other words, there was a concept during antebellum slavery, or concerning antebellum slavery, that there were slaves on the plantation whose job was to kind of talk to other slaves in the house and in the fields, to talk about running away, talk about leading a revolt, talk about doing things to improve their situation, to spark up a conversation and find out who was planning on running away, who was planning on hurting Massa, who was planning on doing something to hurt the plantation. So these slaves were like spies. So you don't know if Justin Bieber is being a spy for the gatekeepers or if he's sincere, because he himself is not coming out and saying this and that happened to me, and here are the people who did it, because Justin Bieber is still in the entertainment industry and he doesn't want to ruin his career. People who are on the inside, they don't really know who to trust. They know that people are coming forward with lawsuits and making statements and giving interviews. But most of the people who are doing the lawsuit thing, making statements and giving interviews, a lot of them, their career is either over with or their career didn't turn out the way they wanted to. And this is their way of not just getting restitution, but also getting revenge. Let me know in the comment section your thoughts. Thumbs up the video, share to your social media, subscribe. Click the notification bell. I'm Spade Parkland. Thanks for watching. Go forth, do great things, and I'm out. Peace.
Spade Parkland.
Use my Cash App card when I cash her out. Shoot her 250 on Cash App, then I ask her out.
Cash App, what's your Cash App? Cash App, what's your Cash App?
Get on your Cash App, $
Spade Parkland.
We're going to start getting some work done, family. So please get them donations in. Get them in. $
Spade Parkland.